Then, how did this orchestra, which involves 11 countries from ASEAN regions, come about? It originated from a meeting that dealt with a commemorative piece for the opening of the Asia Culture Complex in 2008. As the main content for the complex, which will serve as the hub for future Asian cultures, the ASEAN-Korea Traditional Orchestra was a perfect fit.
이 아시아 문화 전당은 아시아의 문화 교류와 또 아시아 문화를 창조하는 어떤 교두보, 거점 역할을 하게 될 겁니다. 그래서 다양한 아시아 문화의 어떤 문화물이 고여드는 저수지 역할을 아시아 문화 전당이 하게 될 거고, 그걸 토대로 해서 문화 콘텐츠 산업을 키워나가는 어떤 발전소 역할을 하는 아주 중요한 기능을 갖게 될 겁니다.
Once the decision had been made to proceed with this exciting venture, it quickly escalated to bring in all kinds of Asian music in one place, which then evolved into forming an orchestra specifically for this. This comes with the goal of surpassing the Korea-China-Japan Orchestra as the carrier of Asian cultures, aiming at the global market with a fusion of traditional music. To expedite this process, the committee began visiting 11 Asian countries in search of possibilities. The plan started with the goal of forming the orchestra in 1 year, with the completion taking place in 10 years. First, the committee needed to gather up information on traditional music and instruments of various Asian countries.
6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, double 6.
Most of these instruments were encountered for the very first time, and their playing method seems strange as well. But amazingly, these instruments shared a common bond. Amidst the freedom of sounds lied a distinctive cultural sound that could only be derived from Asia. And even with traditional Asian music, some instruments were modernized to blend in with a contemporary ensemble, while others opted to keep it traditional. After a month's worth of extensive research, the committee finally discovered the possibility of a harmonious union of Asian music.
And the future will be how the orchestra will look like, whether it would expand or become more, more informed, and also what kind of concerts it will do. So, for example, now we are hoping that all the ASEAN countries will begin thinking of inviting the orchestra to their country. The main issue here now is how do we play together?
But once the process of combining these instruments into an orchestra took place, a number of problems began to surface.
It's very high and the sounds will like...
Most Asian instruments are soloist instruments, which means strong expressive notes that can cause sounds to dissipate when played as an ensemble. The solution was to add a bass instrument, and so it was decided to increase the number of ajangs, a Korean instrument.
I think we have many xylophones and orchestra. It could be very difficult to control in